Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Good Life Show. My name's Nadav from the City of Stonington's Youth Services, and we're here on the Good Life Show to bring you simple tips, tricks and hacks to be living the good life every day. Stay tuned on this episode while we hear from Andrew Wicking from Resilient Youth about how we can become more resilient in our life to help us get through and live happy days every day. Welcome, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Nadav. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So we've got Andrew Wicking here from Resilient Youth Australia. And there's a big buzz around resilience and what that is, what does it mean? For a lot of young people around our area, they're probably going to be hearing that word and they're probably going to be experiencing some surveys and things like that happening around their area around resilience. So it's great that we can have you here, Andrew, to talk to us a little bit about what does resilience mean? What's the concepts behind it? What is the theory behind it?
Yeah, thank you, Nadav, and it's a real pleasure to be here and speaking with you and to everyone out there in the world of Stonington. Yes, resilience is something that makes for a good life. We've surveyed now, not just in Stonington, but across Australia, more than 400,000 young people. So,
Wow.
and that's probably it's nearly 1,400 schools in every state, and young people from grade 3 right through to grade 12. So we've got a really clear picture of what resilience is. And we've identified 3 key things. It's to be resilient is to be connected, protected, and respected. CPR. So we call that the CPR of well-being or the CPR of resilience. The one key idea, if you like, or the key way to build resilience is kindness. To be kind to ourselves and kind to others is how we can really build our own resilience, and we can build it quickly. The key ways to do this is really to begin with yourself. Being kind to yourself, that's our responsibility. We've got to start with looking after ourselves first and foremost. We mightn't always be aware, perhaps, of the negative chatter in our head, for example, but that's a place to start, to acknowledge that and to be kind to yourself and how you talk to yourself. That's a great place to start. But the other things you can do for yourself that are very simple is try to avoid or eat healthy snacks if you can. Drink more water. Do meditation or relaxation exercises if you have some of those handy. Take a warm bath or a shower. I mean, these things are really basic. But the key one is the one thing that probably, if I was to pluck out one thing that you could do to be kind to yourself, it's get more sleep.
Right.
That's the number one thing.
Okay. That's really interesting. I love that when you talk about resilience and how can we have resilience or be more resilient, you talk about kindness.
Yeah.
It's something that kind of resonates with everybody. I think that word, we all want to be treated kindly.
Yes.
And learning how to treat yourself kindly is that first step, and then treating others kindly. Human fundamentals of life, sleeping, eating well, drinking clean water, social connections, they all make so much sense. It sounds so simple.
Yes.
How do we start if it doesn't come simply for people?
It's a fantastic question. I'm not sure there is a a one-size-fits-all answer for that, of course. I think starting at least with the intention for these things, even if it might take you a while to get look, even if it's about what you're not doing. So avoid rushing around, avoid speaking before you think. Maybe it's more about that. Maybe it's starting with one thing. Don't feel overwhelmed like you have to do any of it. But if you're hearing this, or you're reading somewhere else, or you're hearing from someone else about yourself, Nadav, or someone at Stonington about, or someone at school, or a friend about random acts of kindness, or you're hearing about how to be resilient or how to sleep better, if you're hearing it, just let it work on you. And I think you do try and take that step. It might just be one thing. It mightn't be, it might be incremental. Doesn't all have to happen at once.
So doing that one thing causes a ripple effect and can build momentum. And once you get momentum, you can start to think about that second thing and that third thing.
One thing too that sometimes we talk about, just if people are interested, a little bit about, if you like, the science of resilience. We talk about what's called an affect model. Now, this is a very old thing. It goes back to the 1909. But the idea is that there's, in your day-to-day life, there's a zone or a mindset where you're in what they call inflow, where you're making your best decisions, where you're clear. In a day, in any given day, for all of us, we'll get knocked out of that. Someone will say something to us. We'll miss the train. Whatever. We'll all get knocked out, but it's how we get back in that matters. And that's resilience. It's that being kind to yourself will put you back in. Helping others, who in turn help you, will put you back in.
Andrew, thank you very much for joining us today. It was great to have you on the show and talk about resilience with us and share some of your knowledge and expertise in the areas of building resilient youth.
Thanks, Nadav. It was a real pleasure. I enjoyed it. Hope it's helpful for everyone, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
All the young people out there, keep your eyes out for the Resilience Youth Survey coming to an area near you. If you see it, take part in it, connect with it. It's going to give everybody that's working hard around you an opportunity to get a better insight into what it is that helps you do better at being you, so that you can look after yourself and look after the community, and we can be a better unity and work together for living a good life. Stay tuned for our next episode, guys, coming soon. Peace.